Det är många lag som sitter spelklara här i Katowice, men några som inte kommer spela förrän sent i eftermiddag är Team SoloMid. Och vi har med oss Karrigan här för att prata lite inför gruppen. Hur är läget?
Ja, det är fint.
All right, so English. So Group D for you. You're not playing until later today. What are you doing here right now?
We just had to deliver our gear, stuff like that, and had to make photo shoot because we came late yesterday because of people at school and some exams, I think. So we're just chilling, relaxing, want to watch the game in us against Titan, and when that is done, we're going to eat something, going back to the hotel 1-2 hours, and then we're coming back to set up our things.
And you're gonna start off playing against 3D Max, is that correct?
No, Cloud9.
Cloud9. All right, so playing against the Americans. You haven't played that much with this core team as they have been playing against Americans in every major. But what are your takes on playing American teams?
Well, we played the team in Aspen. We played it in the group stage in the decider match. I think it was against them, or not the decider match, but the match that if the winner would go to the playoff. We actually came out on those 1-16-2, but I think that match didn't really show the potential of Cloud9. And back then they just added Chasm in the end of the year, so they also didn't have so much time to prepare. This time they've been sitting boot camp, and literally we haven't made any anti-strats against them because they basically said boot camp and they haven't played any official matches under this boot camp. So it wouldn't make sense to look at the old demos. So we're just playing our own game, and that's how we prepared for them.
All right, and talking about boot camps, we talked to Dupree before this tournament, and you guys had a boot camp, the first boot camp in this team's history, apparently. How did that feel?
I feel like the last 1, 2, 3 weeks we have been struggling a lot. We had a poor run 4-0 against in Faceit, lost 4 matches in a row, LGB, Virtus Pro, Fnatic, and then we had some DDoS issues. That took some confidence out of the team, but then we sat together and talked about making a boot camp, trying to really criticize what we're doing wrong in the T side and the CT side because everything was just struggling for that period. But then before the bootcamp we actually came into a better rhythm, we won some matches, stuff like that. And at bootcamp we just tried to really, every mistake we made, discuss it for 5-10 minutes after every match because you don't do that at home, it's differently. Under the bootcamp wasn't the best circumstances, but we just had to do it and try it out for the first time. And then when we got back home last 2 days, everything went more smoothly, sit on own PC, stuff like that. So we are well prepared for this tournament.
All right, and if you beat Cloud9, as you should according to the papers, and Virtus Pro beats 3D Max, you're going to play against them. They are the home crowd advantage, and you're probably going to play on the stage as well. What are your feelings towards playing against Virtus Pro here in Poland?
I think that makes us look. This makes them big favorites, which puts more pressure on them because the crowd will go for them, cheer for them. But in the end, I think you need to look at the bright side. Let's see, we face Virtus Pro now. We don't have to face them in a final before a final, which means there will be more crowded in the next couple of days. So, looking at the stage where they're playing right now, the stage is not that big compared to the final. So I don't think it had that big impact unless you're sitting on the big where there's room for I don't know how many, but the big stage is way more what's called fear. But you'll see how it goes. Of course they'll have the crowd behind them who wouldn't, so it'll just make us play without pressure against them.
All right, and so you're not playing again until later this afternoon. What are you going to do until then?
Right now we'll just watch the game and then we'll go to eat something and then we go home, relax a little because sitting at a tournament all day, that's also just mental hard just to sit and wait and time's going slow. So if we go back to hotel, relax a little, watch some match from there and then we come back and full focus from there on until we finish the group.
All right, so last but not least, hypothetically, who would you like to beat in the grand final here?
It would be amazing to beat Virtus Pro, but beating them will also be very hard if you face them in a final. If we go to a final, I would beat everyone. I mean, it doesn't matter who it is. We won't beat anybody in the final. We just want to win. But of course, you already know, everybody knows that the biggest fear is the semi-final for us, and we need to overcome that. And I think like if the team really at one time just overcome that semi-final, then everything can happen in the final for us. It will be like the pressure is just off. That the team finally went on away from the semi-final, and then it doesn't matter who we face in the final. That's how I see it, and I hope also the team sees that way.
All right. Well, thank you for the interview and good luck in the tournament. Do you have anything you want to add to the interview?
I want to thank you to sponsors, iBuyPower, HTC, Kinguin, and all the sponsors and people behind TSM. And then I want to thank the family, friends watching at home, and of course all the fans. The support in TSM have been amazing so far, and I hope we can show you a good rest of this tournament, because this is why we are here. We want to win the tournament.